0231321 live. Got the count mixed up there. How you doing, folks? It's Ernie with the Trader of Futures, and we're here to take a look at the artificial intelligence setups for Thursday. That's right, for Thursday. Today's Thursday. We're over the hump day. And then behind me you see the setups. Of course, in the video thumbnail, those setups are always blanked out or obfuscated, because obviously we don't want to give you the actual setups before. If you're not paying for the service, that would be unfair to those people who are actually paying for the service that receive these setups the night before. They receive them around 8:30 or so. That's when the AI mentor, that's my partner, he can actually pull these out of the AI system and through this kind of a querying process, and then create the sheet, and then we send it out to all the subscribers. They will then look those over, decide which ones, if not all of them, that they want to participate in, and they might set up their trades right then, set up all the orders in advance, because these things might trigger overnight. The futures contracts and the Forex, of course, they will be live overnight, and so they might want to set those up, and that's what they'll do. And if one of them hits overnight, all's good, right? They'll maybe put in a conditional order to enter the trade, as well as place their stop and the target all at the same time. Kind of automated that way. It takes a little bit of skill, I think, to get used to your particular platform to do that. Or you can wait until the next day and then simply add the orders in manually, as it gets close to that price. Some people do that too if they have a little time on their hands, or they have the time to actually watch those trades during the day. A lot of people don't have that luxury. I don't particularly have that luxury, and I'm in front of the computer all the time, but that's because I'm running other businesses. So I'll set those up prior to, and then when the next day rolls along, I wake up, I see if any of them have hit or they're coming even close to hitting. Then I'll adjust my clock, my internal clock, to say, okay, I gotta probably monitor this maybe every hour or so, and then see what happens. Now, the case of last night, really nothing happened. Nothing has triggered yet. Now, there's still a possibility something might trigger, but today was kind of one of those days where nothing's happening. However, we still have to report on the trades that were on right here over the last few days that have hit. These 3 crude oil trades that were just fantastic, and they just blew it out of the park, and even more so with the NASDAQ. So those are the ones that we've had. We really didn't have anything to talk about new from yesterday. There was a chance, I thought, that we would hit the Boeing trade here, but it never came down to our price. Now, what happened with Boeing, I guess 737s, a certain version of them, was grounded by the president. And that's because there was a horrific crash that happened last week. I think 160 people died. And that what they discovered was evidence that the reason, or at least some bit of information, was consistent with a previous crash that happened months ago. And so that prompted them to say, look, they think then that perhaps, unless they confirm this, all 737s might be susceptible to this. So they decided, at least the version of that 737. So they decided to ground it. And what did that do to Boeing? It caused their stock to just plummet. But only temporarily, which was kind of interesting. So let's take a look at the Boeing stock. And we have to go to a longer time frame. All right. Well, it wasn't temporarily. I mean, it's a huge gap down. I mean, this was just an immense gap down. So it gapped down. It was at 422. It went as low as 365, so 60 points, or approximately 1/6 the price, 18%. I mean, just a huge drop. And then it rebounded pretty good, but wasn't enough. Now it's down or near or close to the lows. All right, but our price on Boeing, let's see, you can't really see it from there, can you? So you can see the gap down right here. Now our price to buy on Boeing was an entry of $343.99, and it never really got down to that price. Never got down there. That would have been way down here. Right there. Would have had to reach there, but it didn't. So that is off the table then for today. And it's a similar case for all the other trades. All the other trades really didn't show up. EMD never came down to its level. Here, I'll take me out of the picture here, but you can see that EMD in the upper left-hand corner never came down to its level. Home heating oil, a heating oil over the right-hand side here, never came down to its level. The 10-year note never came down to its level over here in the bottom right, and the same story with others, including the EMD, which is the S&P 400 mid caps. It didn't come down. Nothing really moved today is really what the problem was. I mean, we can take a look, I guess, at some of these others. Let's take a look at the Swiss franc at 1.00198. So we're already well below that price. So that leads me to believe that this is the wrong contract. Is that true? Are we in the M contract? 6SM19, which is the June contract. Yeah. So this particular one here wasn't the March contract. We're right in the middle, going from March contracts to June contracts. So we have to look at, what is the front contract? And so right now, Swiss franc, the front contract is the June contract. So 1.00198 would be the appropriate contract. And we can see clearly that it did not come down to that level, which would have been 00198. Which would have been right about there. That's the price we would have been looking for it to come down to do a buy. But it never reached. Never made it. So we saw the 10-year didn't make it. The NASDAQ didn't. Nothing made it. Everything stayed elevated. We had kind of this do-nothing day. Lower volatility, everything. Mark Burbot wants to know if Bitcoin is going to break out in the next coming hours. I don't think so. If anything, I do think, though, and I said this maybe about a week ago, I do think that there is going to be something big happening with Bitcoin soon. Now, I'm not saying break out or break down. My inclination would be break down. But, well, we can take a look at it, and you can see that nothing is going on in Bitcoin either. So, 0231321 live. Yeah, let's turn that off. So I'm not going to really spend too much time on Bitcoin, as you can probably imagine, because it really means nothing to me anymore. I'm looking at this and I see a lot of nothing happening. Here, we'll put it right up there. We'll try to spread it out. We'll try to make it as big as possible. It's pretty boring. Pretty darn boring. There's really nothing happening in Bitcoin world. It's just going sideways. Sideways, sideways, sideways. Same thing happened when we were up in the 6,500 area. We went sideways for a long time, and then we went down. So since before December of last year, we have been going sideways. Low volatility, lowered volume. Doesn't look good for Bitcoin. I would say that we're going to go down again. That's my prediction. Soon, I would say that we're going to go down. The real action is now, I don't know why you would be in. What about Dash? Who the fuck cares about Dash? A cup and handle. What a bunch of bullshit. Something is up. Isaac, please. Dash. Dash is... Really, the only thing... Why would you look at any of that stuff when we had 5 big winners in the past week that would have potentially, increased your account, even if you had a small account, increased your account by 30-40%. I mean, dead on nuts calls from the AI. And here you are looking at Bitcoin, which is more than likely going to go down, or any of the cryptos. There's just no news, no nothing. The whole issue is dead for a while. That's what it really comes down to. The issue is dead. Why are you so obsessed with it? It doesn't make any sense. The market, this is where it's at. The market is where it's at. Huge potential in the market. And with the AI system, we're just, I don't know how else to say it, but we're killing it. We're hitting things left and right. Now, today was kind of boring. But that's okay. It gives us a chance to sort of collect and do a little bit of a retrospective on our trading and our other things and how everything's going. But the AI, the artificial intelligence system that we use, it's a machine learning system. And we train it, as well as it's also engaging in its own self-learning. It evaluates literally tens of millions of patterns every night across all the markets, across the Forex, the stocks, the futures. And then it provides us with scenarios that if those scenarios hit, there is a very, very high probability, and what we've shown so far, that probability is somewhere in the range of 85%. 85% probability on those scenarios that trigger that they will be profitable. 70% of them reach or exceed their target by as much as 150%. As a matter of fact, that is the number. that 70% of them are exceeding their target by 150% on average. We had a NASDAQ one that exceeded its target by what? What was that? What was that? By 761%. Oil, all three of these trades, 130% of the target, 135, 185% of the target. That's massive, massive profits. Massive profits. I mean, this NASDAQ was just off the charts. And you're asking me about Dash? Are you fucking kidding me? In May, we're coming out with micro versions of these contracts, these futures contracts, so everybody will be able to participate in them. Everybody. Of course, we're going to be expanding our stock offerings, so we'll be putting out more stock trades or stock setups. As I said before, about 30% of the setups actually get triggered. The rest, after one day, they go away. If they get triggered, we give them 4 days to reach their target, and after that, then we just drop them. It's simple as that. It's really simple trading. The only thing that you have to concentrate on is execution, and that's it. So, if you're interested in this, I can't see why you wouldn't be. The price is ridiculous, ridiculously low, $125 a month. We provide unmatched support and training. We have not, since our doors have been open in October, we've only had 1 week where we were not profitable. And in that week, it was like flat to maybe 0.5% down, something like that. It was just it was nothing. The following week, we more than made up for it. But the system has been on fire. Now, will it be like that forever? Probably not. But our experience since we've been working with this is that it's been pretty consistent. Very consistent, as a matter of fact, and that's what really is the remarkable thing. We feel like we just stepped into something that just happened. We found some secret sauce in how we actually train this machine, this algorithmic system, this AI, on recognizing patterns and providing the scenario. That seems to be the key, providing the scenario, and it devises what is essentially multiple non-correlated strategies. So you could be trading all these different things. Every single one of the setups that comes out for a completely different reason, a new thing that the AI has conjured up. And that's the remarkable thing. And so when you have non-correlated strategies, they tend to cut down the drawdowns and be additive in terms of the profits. And that's what's been happening. It's exactly what's been happening. Now, it's amazing to me that, funds haven't picked up on this and other professional traders. Well, it's mostly because I haven't been talking about it. So I just started talking about it, but I expect that to happen very soon. Once people start seeing it, and as you see, all of the calls, everything, will be completely an open book and put out here for everybody to see. So that's really all I have to say for today. We'll be back tomorrow. The setups for tomorrow will be out tonight at about 8:30. I will then post the reminder for this video for tomorrow tonight, and so you'll be able to see at least which ones are that we're looking at. You won't be able to actually see the actual entries and exits, but you will be seeing which ones are looking good for us, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if tomorrow will bring more trades. The odds are that it will. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Please give this video a thumbs up. Again, our policy is complete openness, complete transparency, showing you all the trades, all the results, all the time. You can also go to the website, traderofutures.com, check out the videos there. Check out the video on the front page. That is an anonymous survey of all the subscribers, and we go over all the results there. So we're going to do that on a regular basis, probably on a quarterly basis, where we'll take a survey of all the subscribers and get their feeling for the service. And I think that will give you a good idea of what this really entails. Now again, when the futures come down, when they offer these micro contracts in May, that means that you'll be able to take advantage of this service with a very, very small account. So what I would do is I would be getting into this right now, because I can guarantee you the price is going to go up. Grandfather yourself into the price right now. Start getting used to the service, the execution and all that. And it won't matter what size account you have. You'll be able to participate in this. This is, without a doubt, the best trading service, trading idea, implementation of an algorithmic system that I've ever seen. My partner is brilliant. I hope that some of my brilliance has contributed to that brilliance, but it is just a truly spectacular system. I can't say enough about it. And as I said, to prove that, I will be showing all the trades all the time from here on in. Complete open book. I don't know of anybody else that does that anywhere. So, all right, that's it. I want to thank everybody for showing up. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.